Alaikum and good morning to you, my dear friends. If you missed the Hanuman Chalisa, with just a quick reminder, today, by the next half an hour or so, we'll be starting Akhanda Hanuman Chalisa, 108 Hanuman Chalisas. Call the number on the screen. And yes, you still have one final chance today to getting the sponsorship to help us bring our goal for 2014. One of the questions, or one of the queries that was made was, is it possible to go through a transformation in your life as a spiritualist, as a religious person, or a spiritual person? Can we transform our lives? Is transformation as a Hindu part of our lifestyle? Whether it's from a Pandit, for a Swami, a Sadhu, or a normal person like many of us looking at this program. Can transformation take place? Is transformation possible? And what is transformation? First and foremost, every single one of us, without a shadow of a doubt, is born equal. We understand some people have the caste system. I am not a subscriber to that. We understand some people believe in certain superiority over others. I don't support that. In Ramayana it says, Siya Rama Mai Saba Jagajani. See God equally in all living beings. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, Janma Janma Jayati Shudra Karamana Jayati Dvija. We're all born the lowest of the lows. We're all born equal as Shudras. Based on our karma, then and only then can we elevate our life, become a Dvija or twice born, spiritual reborn. That is the first phase of transformation. Our Christian brothers and sisters say, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. So being born again, being twice born, being spiritually reborn, and being a Dvija makes us transform. That's from the spiritual qualification aspect. In the Hanuman Chalisa, it says, Rama duare tumara kaware, hotene agya binu pe sare. At the gateway, the doorway to heaven, to Ram's abode, stands Hanumanji. As you see, behind me, Hanumanji stands radiant and tall. All later we will be singing Hanuman Chalisa. Hanumanji stands at the gateway to gradual liberation, entry into the gateway of the heavenly region. So what does transformation mean? Transformation means certain facets of your life has been traded, has been opted out, has been opted in, and your lifestyle becomes a different lifestyle. Now as Hindus, typically the few things we know when people consider transformation, somebody becomes a vegetarian. Many of us, including myself, started off in life non-vegetarian. Many of the pundits you know today, many of the temple leaders you know today were not vegetarians. And nothing is wrong with that. Many of them consume alcohol, nothing is wrong with that. They have been called and they have transformed their life, many of us, myself included. Transformation is getting to the point where you answer the call from God as a spiritualist, first of all. So your diet changes, your lifestyle changes, your behavior changes, your knowledge changes. To become transformed, you have to move away from where you were to get to the point of where you need to be. And that is a journey of transformation. Many of us, we go to temple, we go to mosque, we go to church in each of our respective religions. But if we cap it off to Hinduism, how does transformation affect our lives? First of all, in a case, let's say we were not a vegetarian, we became a vegetarian. We have to adjust a whole new lifestyle. In case we were knowledgeable and we start to practice spirituality, we have to research, we have to study, we have to gain knowledge, we have to gain education, and we have to be able to share it like I am doing here today and many others do. Then we have to be able to practice spirituality. No, I'm not saying you have to be a Pandit. I'm not saying you have to be a Mahant or a Sadhu. What I'm saying, practice spirituality means the tenets and the doctrines of Sanatan Dharma, you must pay attention. And those things include moral conduct, ethics, discipline, principle, guidance. You must be able to stand. It says, Raghukula Rita Sadai Pranajai Parabachanajai. One of the most fundamental tenets of Sanatan Dharma Hinduism. You must be able to stand on your word. You cannot transform your life. You cannot become a Dvija, twice born. And you're lying, you're telling the untruth. People have to second guess you. No, my friends. You could be in a temple 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. If your word is no good, you will never ever see the kingdom of God, myself included. So that's the first transformation will take place. Your word must be good as gold. People must trust you, people must believe in you, and people must see you behaving according to the doctrine that you have adopted. Your lifestyle, your diet, your knowledge, your wisdom, your compassion to people, what you do in selfless service makes you a compassionate, transformed soul. You must be able to be different. You not only talk different or appear different, you have to ensure that people see the transformation in you. People see the change in you. Not only when a kurta, or not only when Rudraksh, not only when Chandan. These are fundamental cosmetic factors that we do. But what makes somebody spiritually charged? You and you could be the judge of this. When you're next to somebody you believe is a transformed, twice born soul, you will feel that energy. You will feel that presence. You will feel a sense of belonging to want to be next to that person. It could be whatever priest, it could be whatever. The point I'm trying to make is you need to feel that energy, positive energy. You know, Binu Satasanga Vivekana Hoi. Without satsang, without prayer, without worship, without devotion, without chanting, life has no meaning. You have to charge yourself, spiritually charged. And then and only then would you say that you have transformed your life. As I summarize and cap this conversation today, is it possible as a Hindu to be transformed? Yes, it is. What it includes your diet, it includes your behavior, it includes your knowledge, it includes your compassion to people, it includes your service, your selfless service to humanity, and more importantly, it includes your ethics, your morality, your behavior, and your high moral conduct. Without those virtues, you are nothing and nobody in a transformation journey to find the blessings and to seek the darshan of the divine above. And this holds true for all religions. So my dear friends, I am Mahanji Dr. Baliram Chedi. Today's segment for the beauty of knowing. Finally, if you missed all of the ads before, this is a last minute request for your help to bring this segment to you in 2014. Join us. You see on the screen our address, our phone number, where we'll be singing 108 Sri Hanuman Chalisa. And finally, to all of you who found it in your heart to support, please accept my thank you. And for all of you who didn't support yet and who always needed jari and hospital visits and house blessing and car blessing, to all of those things, astrology, patra, stamping something, to everything that you have come to me for or come to the Hanuman Mission for, and we have been there for you. You always said, when you're ready for help, we need it. I'm making it on national television. I am ready for help. All we need to do is help pay for 2014, these segments. Thank you. Jai Sitaram.